Hi everybody, and welcome to NorCal SlotCar Scene. And as always, I hope everybody's having a great holiday. And today is the announcement of the 2024 Car of the Year for NorCal SlotCar Scene. Now, before I announce the car, I would like to thank everybody who watches this channel. It's become a big success, and I really enjoy doing it, and I hope you all enjoy watching the videos. And as of today, we have 4,200 subscribers. So thank you very much. The success of this channel is only possible because of all of you. So thank you again. Now, let's get to the 2024 Car of the Year. And let's go back and look at the nominees. First of all, we have the Corvette C8 from NSR, which I've raced personally and won a couple races with it. So it's a great running car. Second nominee is the Porsche 963 from Scale Auto. I have one of these, and it's extremely fast. Third nominee is the Acura from Slotted. I don't have one of these, but I've seen them on the track, and they are absolutely gorgeous. And if you watched my video from a couple days ago, it was awarded the prettiest or the most beautiful car of the year. Next is the Datsun 510 from RevoSlot. And this was anticipated for quite a while, and RevoSlot has brought this to market with multiple liveries. Last but not least is the Thunderslot Ferrari 350 Can-Am. They have the two red liveries that were originally announced, as well as the new Gunston livery, which is just hitting the market now, and that car also looks great. So there are the 5 nominees for Car of the Year for 2024 for NorCal SlotCar Scene. And it was a tough decision this year. Last year, I thought the Shadow was kind of an obvious winner, but this year it was much more difficult. And I've narrowed it down to 2 choices. And the 2 choices are the Datsun 510 from RevoSlot and the Porsche 963 from Scale Auto. 2 totally different cars from different genres of racing. The Datsun from the late 60s, early 70s, and the 963 is a contemporary car raced today at Le Mans and in IMSA. So the first contender is the Datsun. And this has been anticipated for quite a while. And as usual with RevoSlot, they came out swinging. They came out with the first 3 cars on the right, including the number 46 John Morton car, which is the most famous of all the Datsun 510s. And interestingly enough, John Morton comes into Electric Dreams and watches slot car racing every once in a while. So it's good to see him and actually meet him at Electric Dreams. They've recently come out with 3 more liveries. They're just hitting the market now, including the red, white, and blue Paul Newman livery. Paul Newman became involved in racing after doing the movie Winning. And if you haven't seen that, it's a pretty good movie, so check that out. And he raced Datsuns extensively for Bob Sharp Racing. So I would love to see RevoSlot come out with a 2-car set of the Paul Newman Datsun 510, as well as the Escort that he ran before he got into racing Datsuns. So RevoSlot, if you're out there listening, that would be a great 2-car set. The second nominee is the Porsche 963 from Scale Auto. And they came out initially with a white kit in 2023, but we held this over to 2024 when the liveried cars came out. The first 2 cars are those on top. Those are the Penske cars that raced in IMSA. And then recently, the middle part of this year, they came out with a Jota Hertz car, which is an absolutely stunning livery. And if you look at the back, see this thing that says Brady there? That's actually involvement with Tom Brady from another sport. There's 3 more liveries that are hitting the market right now, and those are the Penske cars from Le Mans in 2023 in a multicolored version, which you'll see in a minute. And that kind of leads into the Car of the Year. For me, the Car of the Year is the Scale Auto Porsche 963. These cars look absolutely spectacular on the track. They're extremely fast, and it creates a whole new series of racing. I mentioned that they've come out with a few more liveries since the first one, and here they are, the Penske cars from Le Mans in 2023. They are multicolored, as you see here, and they represent various famous Porsches, including, you see the pink there representing the Pink Pig and so on. So that's what this multicolor livery is about. And Scale Auto has also come out with a 2-car commemorative set, which you see there on the left. So they're bringing out more and more of these Porsches as we speak. The Car of the Year is not only just a good-looking car, it is a great race car. And they've developed a new chassis for this car, as well as a few others, and it's called their Pro Series. The Pro Series is an angle winder, but the angle of the motor in relation to the rear axle is narrower. So the motor sits a little bit further back in the chassis for better weight distribution. There's a number of options with this new chassis, different motor pods and so on. So again, this all goes into the car of the year, in my opinion, is the options available for it. You can see here that the angle of the motor is a little bit narrower in relation to what you would see on a standard angle winder car. These cars come in two different chassis flexes. The standard chassis is the one you see here. There's a harder chassis, and there's also a 3D printed chassis directly from Scale Auto. So there's a number of options for this car in terms of making it perform. One of the only downsides, in my opinion, is that the motor in this car at 22,000 RPM, it may be a little bit too powerful for some home tracks. It is a long can motor, so it has gobs of torque. But if you're on a home track with magnetic rails, it also has a lot of downforce. So it's a trade-off. You can replace the motor with all the various motor pods available and put a little bit less power in it if you think that will help you in terms of driving the car. But the car is great. Having run the 963, it is running right at overall track records on most of the tracks that I've run on. Another reason for making this the car of the year is that Scale Auto almost single-handedly has developed this new hypercar GTP class, which has taken over full-size racing. These cars race in IMSA and 24 Hours Le Mans, the World Endurance Challenge. Some race both, some only race in one series, but Scale Auto has come out with numerous cars in this class. The Porsche, the Peugeot is on the market. The Cadillac is on the market. You can see some of the liveried cars here, which are not yet available. The BMW is said to be released at the end of 2024, and it hasn't been yet, so it should be any time now. And they've even shown two new cars for 2025, which look to be, I'm not quite sure. I think they're Lamborghini. I'm not quite sure what the bottom one is. So if you know what that is, just let me know in the comments. These cars are going to be great to race against themselves as a hypercar, and it's nice to have a current series of cars that are actually racing today as a class available for home racing. So there you have it for my pick for the 2024 Car of the Year for NorCal Slot Car Scene. This is a virtual tie, in my opinion, between the Datsun 510 and the Porsche 963. The tipping point, or the tiebreaker, if you will, was the fact that Scale Auto has created virtually a brand new class of racing, the hypercar GTP class. And along with the options available, that's what tipped the scale in favor of the 963 for me. Thank you all for watching and making this channel a success. And Happy New Year, and we'll see you in racing in 2025.